I am Dungeon Master, your guide in the realm of Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I am the Dungeon Master, and this is Dragons of War. Today, we are rejoining the party after they got absolutely stomped into the ground in a grueling fight that they actually ended up winning against a dreaded two-headed ogre and his goblin minions, and then immediately encountered his lieutenants and the remainder of his forces. They managed to defeat all of them amazingly. It shouldn't have been possible by all like calculations that I made before setting up the encounter, but you guys did it, and that's great. However, now in the distance you hear the beating drums and war horns of the rest of the Khazrak tribe, a very violent and aggressive horde of orcs and goblins, trolls and bugbears and ogres and just everything that you guys don't want to be messing with. They are still a ways off. I want to be clear that it's a large army, and so when I say you hear the horns, I don't just mean like you hear one guy like piping away on a flute and you can hear it because it's just like such a quiet day. I mean that you can hear dozens of horns being blown in unison as the horde marches forward.
Okay. And even though they're coming close, they're still far away. That means we have time to move this.
Yeah, but they're gonna overcome us, Gabriel. So here's what I'm gonna suggest. All right, Gabriel, or Gorple, right? We have to retreat. We made a mistake last time. We should have retreated last time. So we have to retreat. Do you want to get a chip of it? Maybe we can like cut off a small piece of it so that
Gorakul's just sort of like, can't we just shove it into somewhere that isn't like showing it? Like hide it?
Okay. Is there? Last time we saw this, Gorakul, are we still in an open field?
Yes, you are. You are still very much in a open grass field. Now, obviously there's slight changes in elevation. The grass grows thicker and taller in places. There's trees here and there. It's not just an open grass field like a desert for as far as the eye can see, but it's very much the Great Plains.
Question, Jim.
Yes.
Do we need to rest? Can we?
Oh yeah, you very desperately need a rest. Many of you are exhausted from fighting, and some of you have some pretty bad wounds that you should tend to as well.
So is there some place? Can we discern or find some place nearby that we can go to recover
I think
and be ready for the next fight?
Yeah. Oops, I grabbed the wrong map. I'm so sorry. One second.
Do we have time to try to hide the rock?
Well, I
Question.
mean,
Yeah,
you guys can't really say with certainty how much time you have, but obviously you'd have a relative idea that a horde, an entire army, is not going to be able to cross miles quickly, but they're probably only about a mile or two away, which is a good distance. It's plenty of time to do certain things, but I mean, realistically speaking, you guys probably have anywhere from, I can't remember how long it takes to walk a mile, like 20 minutes, so like 20 to 35 minutes.
Oracle, that's not enough time to pull the
Gotta
rock
rest.
out. We gotta get out of there. All right. So Oracle, we're not gonna. We made the mistake last time. We're not gonna make a mistake this time.
Oh, so it's my fault that we.
Yes, actually, your fault last time because we stayed because you wanted to stay. So now we're not going to do that again. So what Zarish is saying is, I'm marching in the direction of the nearest town, and I'm getting some rest. And you can either join me or not, but I'm leaving now.
Well, aren't we going to discern where we can go?
Well, that's where's the nearest town?
Yep.
DM
So that's exactly what I'm pulling up here. All right. So you guys had started in Brotnabiod, which means the broken land, and right above where it says Greenjord there, that's Brotnabiod. I'm probably butchering that. I am not very good with Scandinavian pronunciations, but then again, I don't know anyone who isn't Scandinavian who is.
So
That's where you started. Then you guys headed east towards Stedajord, and now you are somewhere in that grass plains past Stedajord, which is the hill that you guys had to climb in order to find the fallen meteorite.
Mir Vivir, because that's closer to my home anyway.
AOTTRE.
No, CATDAMEVER.
Oh,
Cadamever.
Cadamever.
Catamever.
Cadamever.
Okay, so
Unless can we can probably tell which direction the sound is coming from, because
That's
we
true.
shouldn't go towards that.
yeah, where's the sound coming from? North, south, east, or west?
It's coming from the east. You see Kuzrock there?
Yes.
That's the main orc stronghold with a very powerful orc tribe.
Where do we not go east?
Okay, so we should not be going east. No, we should be going.
Is there something we should be rolling, like for perception or something?
Not necessarily, that you need to roll anything for perception, but what specifically are you trying to discern?
What's the best town to go to?
Oh,
Yes.
okay, yeah. So, if you guys, don't have the meta knowledge down just yet, and you want your characters to just use their best judgment, you just say that you'd like to make an intelligence check in order to determine where you should head.
Okay,
Intelligence.
intelligence check.
Where's that? Do I go to skills?
No,
It's
you
on
go
the main. Yeah.
On the main?
Yep, and then you'll see all your stats, and then INT is intelligence.
Intelligence?
Oh, not your save though. You just click on the check.
Oh,
Oh, did I hit the wrong thing?
no, I did.
And Lucy, I don't know. It just rolled initiative for you, not intelligence.
Yeah, so I hit the wrong one. I'm trying.
Oh no, you're hitting the S, Elodie. You want to hit the C. Or oh wait, I'm sorry. I'm so used to the NPC sheets. Let me retake a look. Yes. You're hitting the one on the right under saves. You just hit the one on the left.
Oh, okay. I dragged it over from the check mark, so I was
So-
like, what?
This is a different way to test our intelligence.
So Pesci's got some knowledge here.
Yeah.
Almost stopped on 19. Oh, God.
So where's Pesci think we should go?
Okay. So now that you guys, have thought about the area and talked it over, Pesci is going to tell you that basically there's a couple of options. You guys can try to get to Katamever and make refuge there, but that's a very small town that's already, pretty much on the border with the Kuzrock clan horde. And so, as Zarash pointed out, heading east is probably going to put you guys closer to the horde and not exactly where you want to be. You can head straight back west to Brotnabjod, which is where Gorakul lives, and so you guys could, restock and rest there. But again, that's another small town, and if the horde were to push through, which at times some of their raids do take them that far in, if you're worried about them knowing you or anything like that, then you wouldn't be 100% safe if they were to come through that way. The other option, of course, is to head north. You have Kotterheimer, Bodbjod, even Bjarterland. If you kind of swing around, obviously it's to the east, but you wouldn't head straight east. You'd kind of head north and then east. Go ahead.
And we can rest real quick and try to head to a city to be able to recoup.
Okay,
ourselves.
let's go north. Right.
Oh, wait, DM, was there any more that you were about to say?
No, I was just going to say that Pesci would be able to point out to you that all of the, larger, more inhabited settlements are, to the north, along the coast there. So that's where you'd be the safest if you believe the horde is pursuing you or anything. But if you believe they're just after the meteorite and will be satisfied with grabbing that and not pursue you, then yeah, you can just head to Brotnabjod or wherever else and you know be safe. So
I think they are going to take the meteor. I mean, we gotta assume that, right?
And but before that, Gorakul is going to try his best to use some of the grass around to like cover and hide the meteorite.
Why don't you take a chipping of it so you have it, just in case you can use it for some magical purpose?
To find it again.
I already have one.
Okay,
Oh,
you
you
do.
have-
Okay, so that's fine. Gorakul does that, and we head off north.
okay,
Do I need to do anything to try and cover up the meteorite with grass?
well, here's the thing. The meteorite is probably 2.5 to 3 feet tall. You know, maybe even a little bit bigger than that. It's just the bottom half, of course. So you know, it was maybe 6 feet in total when it was whole. However, now just the bottom half, you know, maybe 3 feet. But it is very wide around, probably 4 feet, because it's more of an oval than a perfect sphere. And so, although it does sit, kind of low in the grass to where the grass kind of bends up around it, you can definitely see that there is a large rock in the middle of the grass, like especially if you're a bipedal creature that is standing upright and looking down around for a rock, you're going to spot it. So you can take a whole bunch of grass and try to cover the rock as best as you can, but remember, it's like a geode inside, so it's not flat to where you can just lay the grass over it and try to get it to blend in as best as possible. It's got that concave interior, and so as you try to lay the grass across it, it's still very obvious that there is a change in the grass right where it is. So you don't have to roll anything, but you quickly realize that although your efforts are valiant, they're not exactly going to be as effective as what you would hope. However, you do still get a point of inspiration for attempting to conceal the meteorite.
Okay.
And Gorakul just sort of sighs and says, I really do hope they're not after the meteorite.
All right. Let's
Okay.
head north.
We head north.
We're going to Koderheimer?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's in the next earldom over. You guys are in the one of the largest and poorest, most like open to raiding earldoms, but the one to the north of you there is actually a little bit nicer. It's got more open trade routes and all of that with the richer cities. And so by going to Koderheimer, you're going to be going from I don't know a small enough town in Pennsylvania, but you're going from a small town to like Pittsburgh. So you guys head north, but one thing that that you should be aware of is that the distance between Stedijord and Koderheimer there is about 3 days.
Okay.
And the one And is it the same with Bod Job?
Yeah. Bodbiad would be probably closer to 4 days.
Days it is. Let's go.
Yep. So as you guys head out, some of you are so exhausted that anybody with less than half of their current hit points, and I'll let you know who that all is. Oh, Scout, you are just over the limit. Oh man. That is funny. You're no longer unconscious though, so I'll take that off of you.
Oh, I was staying quiet about that too. They were gonna leave me.
Oh man. No
Scout
sleep.
wakes up in the field.
Yeah.
Prisoner of war.
Yeah.
How can we? Is there a way for us to rest? That was my initial thing.
Yeah. I'll be getting to that. For now, I assumed that Zarash is gonna kind of push you guys to at least put some distance between yourselves and the source of what he believes the Horde is after.
Scout is supporting Zarash's decision to move out.
Carry everybody.
Is
if
there
necessary.
anybody we have to carry?
Yeah, so there's nobody that you have to carry. Scout, I misread. You definitely are gonna have to roll a Constitution check. Lucy, you're good. Elodie, you're good. Pesci needs to roll a Constitution check. Damn it, Scout. You always do that.
Love you too, DM.
Anytime I call for a check from you, you're like rolling 20s and 19s and just crushing them.
Wow, pretty damn good.
Trying to support the team.
Doing it under saves, right?
Yes, or not saves, checks, but it's okay because it's the same. It's the same bonus.
Good. That's good. I did the wrong one.
Yeah. It's the same bonus. Oh man. So yeah, you.
Darish carries Pesci.
Yep, you watch as Pesci just kind of falls out as you guys are walking through the tall grass. You know, you look back and you can see his wavy hair kind of, you know, bouncing, and then all of a sudden you look back and you don't see it, and you double back around and find him just lying in the grass, unable to continue on any further.
Happy
And
to carry him.
I'm assuming Ryan's doing okay.
Well, he's not here yet. We're gonna introduce him.
A
shortly.
strange halfling pops out of the grass.
Yeah.
He just pops out. He's here.
Yeah. No. We'll get him involved in just a second.
Okay.
Zarash, though, you are the third and last member of the party that is going to have to roll. So before you go carrying Pesci, let's make sure that you're not going to fall out yourself. Oh, you just passed. All right. So as you
DM.
guys, yes.
As we are moving out, Scout is intentionally looking for good hides where the team can rest.
Survival, sir.
Take
20, big 20. 18! That's good enough.
Yeah, that's good.
Like I said, Scout's always on top of that whenever I call for something. So, Scout, you are, keeping an eye out, and although for the most part there is really not a lot, going on. As I said, this is open grass fields here for the most part.
Right. So let me clarify. When I'm saying I'm looking for a hide, being a military warforged, he's looking for a hide that would be protection from being seen or detected by the incoming army.
Yes. And luckily, as you guys are heading north, by the end of the first day, as it's getting dark and it's definitely time for you guys to rest, you spot that small group of small hills slightly to the west of your position there. But if you draw a line between you and Koderheimer, it's really not all that far off. You guys will have to walk a bit into the night, but you'll be able to camp on top of one of the hills and be able to, at the very least, spot the army's fires and be able to tell how close or far they are.
That is what I'm going to point out to the group and suggest that we make our way there for the night, explaining that it's got a good tactical advantage for us.
We're there. We're right with you.
As you make your way there, you find a encampment with a fire burning already on the top of the hill. There is a lone halfling who has set up an encampment here and is currently resting after a long travel. He has been coming far from the Caledonian lands to the west there. You can't really see them too much, but if you go past that thick white line to the west there, La Cream, you can't see the S and the H, but Roud Rock is actually Shroud Rock, and all of that is part of Kaldar, which is the ancient seat of the Caledonian Empire, and so he's come from that direction, possibly even from the border kingdoms to the south there with Rut Run and Eggwell and all of that. But either way, you guys... Oh, wait, that is Caledonia proper. I'm so sorry. Storest at the very bottom there is the border kingdoms. So Rut Run and Eggwell is Caledonia proper. So Ryan, you probably came along that road following Loricum, either taking the south road through Breiderheimer and then heading north, or taking the north road up through Mersingbjod and then down through Flattelheimer and then eventually reaching that hill. You are actually traveling in order to fulfill some personal mission of yours. I saw that you had filled out a bunch of your backstory there, but I didn't get a chance to read it all. Do you have a personal mission or something already preset for your character?
Not particularly. I didn't have like a specific goal in mind. It's more of like the closest thing I could think of is when like it's like a Mormon mission trip where he's kind of going out and he has to try and do better for the world, but it's not a religious quest. It's just a rite of passage.
Yeah. So, oh, I'm sorry. What was that?
No, I was just beginning to sing the opening song from the musical.
Oh, the
Hello.
Book of Mormon.
My
Yeah.
name is Ryan.
I love those South Park guys. Anyway, that works really well, because then what you could be doing here is kind of trying to reach out to the downtrodden peoples of Greenyord who, between the recent war with Caledonia and the constant raids from the horde of orcs, they need a lot of help. They need food and shelter and protection, just all kinds of stuff. So it would make sense then that you would be heading into this territory in order to try and help some people. But as you are sitting by your fire, enjoying your evening meal, perhaps a bit of mead, or if you're too much of a paladin for that, just some water. But either way, as you're doing that, you see the glint of the setting sun off of the armor of some of the more fighter types like Zarash and Scout in the party, and as you look, you can spot that this is a rather large group of people, and so as you see them approach, you probably reach for the hilt of your rapier by instinct. You guys, like I said, see the fire burning up on top of the hill. What do you do?
Oh, well, hey,
Cautiously
Way to
look.
screw me out of this one, DM. I was actually going to have the party take a knee, and I was going to sneak up on him to see if he was friendly or not.
Oh,
I think we're gonna let Scout sneak up on him to see if he's
No.
friendly. Oh, too late.
It's too late.
Well-
He's already
well,
spotted us.
you guys don't know that.
Hello, little guy. What you doing up there? Says Irish.
Well, you guys haven't spotted him. You just see the fire. You'd have to climb the hill in order to spot him. So
Oh,
you
I
see
see.
Works for me.
you see the light of
Alright.
the fire at the top of the hill. Do you climb the hill?
So I tell the party that we should probably take a knee. I'll scout up ahead and see if it's friendly, and if I don't return, to carry on.
Oh.
Oh, that sounds so depressing, Scout. But go
That's a bit morbid.
Ryan,
Well, that is what I'm built for.
I can see them, right?
yeah, Ryan, you watch as they all try to get low and hide, and then the Warforged begins to sneak around the hill. But now that you've seen it, like, you just keep an eye on him.
I can see you, you know?
Oh, he can see us. Scout.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Scout, when you get close enough, he calls that out to you, and you can hear him. You guys can't really hear him at the bottom of the hill. It's just a hill, but it's still like, big enough that you'd have to climb up there to see him, and so you might be able to hear like the sound of his voice, but not the words.
Can I
Oh.
help you?
Scout's trying to figure him out before he talks. See if he can discern what he is.
Like a really short person.
Yeah.
With shiny armor. No holy
Actually,
symbols?
no shiny armor. He's wearing leather stuff, and he's got like a he's got like a coin hanging around his neck from a chain.
Scout says, I'm Scout 3400 of a long dead army. The party I've been assisting is wounded, and so am I. And we're hoping that we could maybe take a rest with you.
Of course. Bring them all up. I'd be happy to help.
Scout hollers out to the rest to come on up, but Scout's still watching him wearily.
Yeah, for sure.
Ryan kind of puts his rapier and shield back.
All right,
So
we start
you guys-
climbing the hill.
Yeah, you guys see Scout give you the all clear signal, the symbol signal, and you guys climb the hill. Zarash, you're still very, very tired, but you carry Pesci the rest of the way up the hill and deposit him at the fire so that he can try to get warm and recuperate.
So, friend, do you have any food?
Yes, sure. Here, I was making some, I don't know, I'll say stew. There's like a big pot of stew.
Yeah,
I'd be happy to make more.
but remember, you're a halfling, so a big pot for you is like a bowl for the huge bugbear that is Zarash. So as you point out that you have some stew and you point at it, Zarash, you look down at the tiny pot that you could wear as a helmet, and you kind of get disappointed in how little there is.
Well, maybe we can do some hunting. I guess it's dark already, though,
We
right?
need to rest.
We need to rest. Let's rest first.
Scout
Alright,
stands
cool.
at the edge of the encampment, but he's facing the new member as he starts to shut down for his rest.
Yeah.
Well, Gorakul sort of looks at the at this halfling and sort of like looks closely to identify if he knows the religion or not that he's part of. Determine-
I think he said he wasn't particularly a religious paladin so much as devoted to the ideals of being a good person.
No, he is a religious paladin, but like
Oh.
his mission isn't religious.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So did you have a god picked out then?
Yeah, it's Timora, the luck goddess.
Ah, very good.
That's why he said he has a sort of coin.
Yeah,
sort
that's
of.
the holy symbol.
Ah, got you. There it is.
So
So Pesci pulls out his lute and starts playing a song about the luck goddess and how lucky it is to have a luck god.
Well, hold on. You got to roll religion to see if you recognize the symbol. Gorakul, you do indeed recognize the symbol.
This looks like a symbol of Timora.
You're right. I've grew up in a monastery of Timora, and now I'm out and about, helping the downtrodden. It's my destiny.
And now,
I also understand that Timora is a goddess of luck and chance. So I imagine you take risks a lot.
When it comes to that, yes, of course. Then again, who doesn't?
Pesci.
Yes, I agree with Scout. I sing a song about how we barely survived a battle with forces greater than ours, and thank the luck god because I do know the luck goddess, right?
Oh, absolutely.
When are we resting?
We're resting right now, but I'm singing while we're resting. Why is it not restful that I'm singing while we're resting? Pesci?
Oh my goodness, Pesci. You need to rest.
I
He was
do.
the one passed out.
I'm doing relatively well. I'm concerned about your health.
I'm very
If you're
good.
injured, I'd be happy to help. I know some healing magic.
Well, I guess at the moment we are probably not gonna need it. If we're gonna rest here, maybe we can just recover on our own.
Well, that's not really like what your thought process would be there, because so the way it would work in this world, is you would do the healing that you're capable of doing and then recover those powers when you rest, because you don't want to go to sleep and get awoken in the middle of the night by an attack and not have as much healing as possible.
Okay. So then, who's healing whom here?
Who needs healing?
Yeah.
I also have some sort of healing something or other, but I don't really understand it.
Well, Ryan has 3 castings of Cure Wounds and then 15 additional hit points that he can heal.
I don't have Cure Wounds prepared. I think it's just healing.
Yeah, so when it comes to preparing your spells, which ones do you have prepared?
I have Bless, Divine Favor, and Shield of Faith.
Ah, gotcha.
You
Okay.
don't have lay on hands?
I do have Lay on Hands.
Yeah, so he's got 15 hit points that he can restore to somebody. And you can spread them out, of course, too.
So it's Pesci and Out who need the most healing?
And Zarash, yeah.
Alright.
I guess I'll do 7 to Pesci and 7 to Zarash.
I'll make sure to do some healing.
Do you have spell slots left?
Yes, I have 2 level 1 spell slots.
I have one. I think.
I thought no, that was her. That was because she was out of
Oh,
arrows
Rain of
for
Claws.
Rain of
Ring of Thorns, sorry.
right.
I have one. Two.
Wow, Ryan's laying on a lot of hands.
I have to check the mark every time I use a hit point.
So are you giving 7 to Zarash and 7 to Pesci and none to Scout then? Is that
Oh, do other people? I'll do 5 to each then.
5 to each? Got it.
And
I think
And-
that's it.
and Gorakul will give a 5 to Zerash.
And then Pesci actually has healing words still. And no, he's used all of them.
I have cure wounds.
Use it.
Who needs it?
I think
Gabe just gave Zara,
So I go to Scout.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna do scout. I have never done this.
Uh,
No idea.
Lucy doesn't have any spell slots left. She had used 2 instances of the hail arrows, hail of arrow or hail of thorns or whatever, and one hunter's mark.
Okay, got it. How do I get spell slots again?
You have to rest.
Alright, so we're gonna rest.
I'm resting. Good night.
Yeah. So some of you are just like, all right, I'm out of it. This is
For meditative state and just says, nobody bother me, please.
yeah. Elodie, you enter your elven trance, and just begin to recuperate by going into the elven trance state, but you're still fully aware of everything else going on. Pesci can't help himself with a new audience member and somebody else small like him. He kind of stays up late, regaling him with tales and songs, and at some point, one of you is woken up by it, and just looks at Pesci, and he finally calls it a night. You guys manage to get your rest in, and then now, give me just 1 second. I have to step away from the keyboard, and then I will tell you what happens in the early morning hours.
How long will that take?
Well, he did say that we managed to get our rest, so it'll be over. It'll be either 8 hours or over it.
I'm curled up in a croissant shaped
Little cat.
cat style.
The only thing that I've got going for me is I only have to do a 6-hour rest.
Yeah, rub it in,
Pros of
Scout.
being
Rub
a
it in.
war for it.
It's a perk.
And Gorakul's just laying on Zerash and using him as a pillow.
I'm just a big fluffy bugbear. Let me.
Just gonna do it.
Very
Big
scarred
fluffy
fluffy
bugbear.
bugbear.
Fluffy bugbear. I'm a fluffy bugbear. I'm a cute big bugbear. Take me for a walk as a bugbear.
Are you singing a bugbear song?
Yes, he's taking the song that he used for our dog and actually singing it as a bugbear.
Yes.
Uh,
Usually, cute little doggo. Yes, a cute little doggo.
He's a bug teddy bear.
Exactly.
This is the greatest thing I've ever heard.
All right. So as you guys,
So DM,
yes.
since Scout only has the 6-hour rest,
Yes.
when he comes to, he's going to start trying to find that army.
Okay.
Oh,
So
Oh, God.
Oh,
Scout.
Don't.
please don't.
Wrong type of finding. Calm down.
so Scout, you slip away Go ahead and roll for stealth because Elodie would be aware whether she was in her meditation or whether she. Well, I don't think she has a perception high enough to see that. So, Scout manages to slip away without you noticing, Elodie, but as the only other person awake, you eventually realize that he's gone right as the others are just about finishing up their rest. However, as the sun is not quite over the horizon but has begun to lighten the sky, you guys are awoken by a terrible sound.
Terrible sound.
Yep, 1 second.
Do we need to roll for perception?
Well, I
Not-
think it's just a terrible sound.
Yeah, not just yet, but in a moment.
I'm just using one of the only things I actually know anything about. So. Maybe.
Just getting the map up.
We use bardic immunity and skip the encounter.
Ha.
Good try. I'd like to.
What bard subclass are you?
What is Pudgy?
I don't remember because it's not my character.
Yeah, it's character. So.
Yeah, it's Sam Sasso's character. So as soon as if he gets here this afternoon, he can explain it to you. He's actually got a very.
He's very fun.
He's fun.
Bards are fun.
I'm just a big bugbear. Am I pulling up an image? Is it coming? The map's coming?
Yeah, it's coming. 1 second.
Oh.
Sorry, just trying to get the grid lined up here.
Oh gosh. He's gonna have us fight something.
Yeah, probably.
Hey, we got spell slots back. Yay!
We're rested.
We're rested. Yay!
That's all we could hope for.
Yay! Sorry. Yeah, there you go. That's probably correct, Scout. That's probably correct. But we've beaten armies of kobolds before. I'm confident. I think it's gonna be a new creature. It's gonna be a new. It's gonna be a new type of things. Something that Ryan is going to know something about.
It'll be the spider offspring coming to get the revenge.
Ha. Okay, I think I got it lined up as best as it's going to line up. So, you guys hear a screeching sound.
Oh.
And as you hear this screeching sound, you roll for perception.
Yay.
While I'm doing this, can I equip my shield and take out my weapons?
Yes.
Where's perception?
On abilities? No. Skills? No. Perception? On skills? Yeah, skills.
Under skill?
Perception's on your main page.
Was it on your main page? Oh.
No, it's skills.
It's on both, I think, but
Yeah, it's in both. You got skills right about 3/4 down.
Did I do that wrong? I rolled a 15, but it didn't show up in the feed.
just roll it again.
Okay.
I rolled a 20, didn't show up in the feed.
If you're dragging the dice, make sure you drag it into the chat box.
Oh,
Oh.
that's why. Oh, okay. I'll take that.
Yeah, you will take that. Good. Ryan at least knows what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah. So, Ryan, you recognize this creature immediately. And as you stare at its form, you're overcome with a feeling of heroic bravery spurring you into action as you grab your shield and draw your rapier. Your companions may not, be of much help, but you will face this creature one way or another. As you look up at it, you can see that it has a massive form that almost blacks out the sun, and huge leathery wings that beat on the air like the hammer of a blacksmith against an anvil. It is a wyvern, and they may not be as dangerous as dragons, but around here, in this world, in these parts, a wyvern and a dragon are essentially considered to be the same things.
Legendary bipedal winged dragon.
Okay.
A diamond or an arrow shaped tip. Over. You're not fighting a wyvern? Wyvern? Wyvern?
Okay, should I roll initiative then?
Yes. Now everybody can roll for initiative.
Oh my god.
Oh man, you're it, Ryan.
I'm doing great.
You're the man
That's
we've been
it.
Waiting for.
He needs to stay.
He is a disciple of the goddess of luck.
Beginner's luck.
Hold on, initiative.
Rough.
Tashi.
Really rough.
A lot of 20s going on. I'm a 15.
All right, well, just one of them, or is there multiple ones?
You've only spotted one.
I don't like that.
I've dealt
You'll get
with
used
it.
to it. That's how I answer all questions.
No, I know.
Oh yeah.
I'm
You've had
used
to
to
fight
DMs
two
doing
dragons
that.
before.
Doesn't change that I don't like it.
Yeah, I just wanted to be clear that like I will never give you a straight
Yeah.
answer. Like that's not who I am.
Yeah, I
We
get
like to
that.
be
Makes you
convoluted.
more interesting.
Yeah. Nothing like a bit of anxiety.
Yeah, exactly. If I just tell you like, oh, there's for sure only one, then like, what if I decide that now there's three? That just ruins the fun for me. So, anyway.
I'm just gonna go to the corner and cry if there's 3.
Yeah, oh my god. I don't know that like I'd be able to hold my head up high as a professional DM if I sicked 3 challenge rating 6 creatures on a level 3 party, even if there are 7 of you. Well, 6 right now due to Scout sneaking off, but
Okay.
oh, actually, Scout, why don't you go ahead and roll perception, because it's possible that you would have seen the wyvern on your scouting. So
You do know that this is probably not going to be lucky for either one of us now.
yeah, of course, now that we called it all out.
Told you.
Yeah. All right, so unfortunately, you do not spot the wyvern. So we will deal with what is up with you in just a moment. For now, I guess it's time to die.
Thanks.
Sorry,
So-
it's a Diablo thing. A game by.
Dad should know.
Okay.
Oh, you guys have one of you has played it.
Yeah,
I have not.
Brian has.
Oh, nice.
So, is there someone who? Is there a way that we can find out who has information about how to go about?
I'm assuming. Is it my turn now?
Yes, it is. It is your turn. The wyvern is up in the air, probably about 60 feet up.
Ah, darn! I was gonna try and do something cool, but I can't now. Let me think. I don't think I have any ranged weapons. I'm just gonna.
What is that thing that you chose? I've never heard of one of those.
Oh wait, is it a yuk? Did I get a Yikkawa?
Yeah.
Oh, I did. That is a ranged weapon. It's like a spear. It's like a throwing spear. Then
Okay.
I will.
Hold on. Let me add it to your sheet. I forgot to add it when I had it added to your sheet, and then I tried to add your studded leather because it wasn't letting me do that for your chosen items, and then it just reset everything, and so I tried to add it all back, but I forgot that thing. So
Yeah, all good.
let me add that real quick.
PM,
Yes.
while you're doing that, I just thought about it. I have some inspiration I can spend to try and work on my perception.
You do.
You just want me to roll a second time?
Just roll a second time. Okay, so now you have your weapon. Do you just have one of them? It says it's thrown, so how many of them?
Yeah, it is. It is just one.
Okay.
Anyways, I guess I will. First things first. Bonus action, Shield of Faith. So, this like glowing kind of gold aura forms around Ryan. Looks like kind of like a suit of armor, and then I'm gonna take the Yikkawa and I'm going to yeet it at the wyvern.
Yeah. So first, what you want to do is go down to your spells under your actions tab there.
Yeah.
And then where it says Shield of Faith, you click on the magnifying glass to the right, just before the red dragon head.
Okay.
And then you'll see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you want to go ahead and click on the one at the very bottom says Shield of Faith, Armor Class 2, Concentration Self.
And then I'm gonna throw my Yikkawa. It's +2 to hit. Holy!
Dang, you really. You just,
How the heck did I do that?
And you get an extra standard action this turn.
Oh my god.
Holy hell!
So then it's 2d8 damage, right? Oh wait, I know what I'm gonna do.
It'll automatically deal the damage. So
I'm gonna do smite too.
Oh, absolutely. So
that's gonna be 68 damage.
well, under the spells or features, you'll find Divine Smite, and then if you click on the magnifying glass for that, the very top effect is the one that you want to apply. Okay, and now it'll automatically apply all the damage.
So then I just do 1d8 and
Nope.
it'll do it?
Now you go up to where it says the Yikkawa, and just double click or drag over the 1d8 piercing. Boom.
Yes.
Oh my god, look at all that
So that's gonna be
damage.
29 damage.
Yeah. Oh, oops, I forgot the one thing that I needed you to do. You needed to target. So it's too late right now. I'll just apply the 29 damage. It's okay. But what you want to do is click on your token, and then control left click on the wyvern.
Okay,
There you go.
I see.
So I'll apply the 29 damage, no worries there. And next time it'll automatically, determine all that.
I don't think there's anything I can do with the second standard action. Actually, wait, no, I can. I can do. No, I don't want to blow all my spell slots. Actually, yeah. I think I'm just gonna stick with that.
Okay. So as you say a prayer to Timora, you throw your Yiklawa at the wyvern and manage to strike it, tearing its wing membrane. Oh, I'm so sorry. Your maximum range is 30 feet.
Oh, darn.
That one go.
He could have moved.
It doesn't matter. The wyvern's 60 feet in the air.
Oh, crap.
So
Okay.
here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna hold that action.
Yeah, okay.
Until the wyvern dives, and then you're gonna do that right when the wyvern dives. So the damage is still gonna be done. Everything happened exactly the way it happened, except for you're just waiting until the wyvern dives. So
It's a good idea. Oh,
Yeah.
and then, actually, if it's on the ground, I might use the second action, but I'll wait for that.
yeah, we'll see what happens. And then so if you go to the 2 crossed swords up in the upper right there, that's your combat tracker. And then you'll see a dragon head with a downward arrow. Go ahead and click that to end your turn.
Yep.
Okay, so this is Lucy,
Yes.
and I'm not sure if I can use my points of a point of inspiration for anything, but I do
Well,
have
you could use it if you're attacking or anything like that.
So is my longbow?
Who wants to do the fancy?
Yeah, I was gonna do the longbow with the rain of
Uh,
thorns.
it's
Spell
usually
slots now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so first I target.
Yeah, target the wyvern and then just attack it with your longbow. See if you even hit.
Did I target it?
It looked like you did. Yes.
And roll my longbow.
Yes.
Big roll. Big roll.
17.
So now, what you want to do is apply the longbow damage. So go ahead and roll your longbow damage. And then down under the Hail of Thorns, apply the Hail of Thorns damage, the blood droplet. Okay. And so
I'm not doing it with disadvantage or anything, right?
nope. So now you have shot the wyvern, and your arrow splits into multiple thorns that rip further holes into the membranes of his wings.
Cool.
fantastic.
Okay, Pesci. All right, so Pesci
And
is.
The bottom left of the combat track?
So if
Oh, I don't have.
so, I'm obviously less familiar with this character still. Can
Yeah,
I use vicious mockery on a wyvern?
sure.
That would give them disadvantage. Yes.
If successful, yeah.
Okay, so I have to cast it. Target first. Yeah, that'd be helpful. Oops.
Now you are going to have to go stand directly underneath the wyvern.
Well, we're directly underneath or like next to or how far away?
Yeah, like just put it next to him.
But if you do that, you're putting him right in harm's way.
Oh, I know, but Zarish is going to come out. And I can get, well, that's a good point. Do I really want to do that?
Pesci's awfully small.
Pesci's awfully small.
Pesci,
All right, can I just take that back?
Yes.
Okay.
What other spells can you cast?
I can.
You can ready a spell.
Can I do sleep? I guess I can't.
You
Why don't I
can't-
prepare? Yeah,
What?
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Just prepare a spell so that when it gets close, I've got a chance to use it.
Sure.
Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hold my turn, prepare a spell, or is it two different things? Two different things.
Two
So
different
I'm just
things.
Prepare a spell. If he comes within range, I'm gonna use Vicious Mockery. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Hit Slayer.
Slayer.
Fighting Slayer.
Hold all friends.
I do not have the range, I think. Let me make sure. Oh, I do have the range. Oh, all right. It's at disadvantage, but hey. I launch a stone at the wyvern, but he's pretty high up there. I miss. And then I go and I hide behind Gorakul.
Good choice.
All right, so Zarish is going to move up, make himself a target the way he usually does, because that's what Zarish does. And he's going to throw his javelin, which I think I have the range for you.
Let me just make sure for you. Yes, but it is at disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh, 1 second.
Did I not get my javelin back up in there?
There you go. Oh, no, it's at disadvantage though.
Okay.
Roll it again.
Yep, you just gotta roll it again.
Yeah.
Oh, well, luckily both of them would have missed. Otherwise, I was going to say you don't have to roll with disadvantage just one more time, but they both would have missed. So you miss.
All right. Got there, Gorakul.
Gorakul started seeing that is getting that worried about this sort of wyvern, which he probably knows about. Going to cast guidance on Elodie. That way she has a 1d4 on her rolls, right?
Yeah, it says check. Let me just make sure. D4, add the number to an ability check of its choice.
So backspace.
Let me just think about this for a second though, because initiative counts as an ability check. So yeah, I'm not sure. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna see what the ruling is on this.
If guidance won't work, then I'll just cast cast Bless.
Yeah, why don't you just cast Bless? I'm gonna get the ruling for this for now, though.
Yeah, and Goraku sort of like using some of his star-like magic blesses Elodie under the light of the martyr's star, which is where he got the whole like connection to the martyr.
Sure.
Bless affects 3, right?
Yeah, you can affect more than one person with Bless.
Okay, so I'll affect Lucian. I'll affect Lucian and Ryan then. Then he just. And that will be the end of my turn.
Bless up to 3 creatures. Yep. And then I just need to take the other effect off of Lucy.
Yeah. I'm...
Oh, I'm sorry, Elodie. Alright, there we go. The Wyvern dives down, having spotted a potential meal. It swoops low, and as it does so, Ryan throws his Yiklawa and tears a hole in the Wyvern's wing. But the Wyvern continues flying. And it's now about even with you guys, and it unleashes an attack, striking with its claws.
And remember, Ryan has another basic attack action to
Oh,
do.
vicious mockery.
Yeah, do I get to throw that vicious mockery at him now?
If Pesci held his action, yes. Ryan, however, got an extra standard action on his turn, which came as soon as the Wyvern was in range to throw the Yiklawa. But the Wyvern wasn't close enough for a melee attack, so it's the same situation that he had before, where there's not really anything he can do with it.
We can just skip it. That's fine.
However, Pesci gets his vicious mockery off.
Okay, so let's see what happens on that. Action.
Make sure to target the Wyvern.
Yes.
So nothing.
Yep. Unfortunately, the Wyvern brushes off your words and continues to go for the 2 small creatures that it has spotted, trying to grab them up in its claws and carry them away.
Oh no.
Oh, so I can go after the big bugbear. That's annoying.
Missing both of them as their lithe forms manage to get low enough that the Wyvern's claws miss them.
Alright. You got a shot at this.
I can hit it with ice knife then 60 feet, so yeah.
You don't have to go that close.
Isn't he still in the air? Is he not in the air?
No, he's not in the air. He flew down low enough to try to grab Ryan and Pesci.
Okay, so I'll just do it from there.
So you miss, and I would have made my save anyway. But let me just make sure because. Was that a first or second level ice knife? Were you casting the ice knife at the maximum damage or just a first level? Elodie.
Are we on mute?
No. No.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean maximum damage.
Okay, so second level. On a hit or miss, the shard explodes. The target and each creature within 5 feet of the point where the ice exploded must succeed on a dexterity save. So, what you want to do now is, 1 second. I gotta set up your second level ice knife real quick.
We should have to roll again. It wasn't set up right.
No, it's set up right. I'm
Okay,
just
fine.
getting her damage. Okay, so got all that, and then also your saving throws don't seem to be calculating correctly, so I need to check that out because that'll probably affect things. There we go. No? Oh, stat. Yeah, there we go. There it is. All right. So now, target the Wyvern, Ryan, and Pesci. And you already have the Wyvern, so target Ryan and Pesci as well. Nope, not Zerish. Perfect. Okay, now if you look under second level, you'll see you have another ice knife. You got to roll the save for all 3 of them. Okay, so Pesci and the Wyvern managed to get out of the way, but Ryan,
I'm so sorry.
even with his 1d4 being applied, manages to get hit by the ice shard. So now roll the damage.
Kill him? Gosh.
This is a paladin.
He'll be fine.
Which damage do I roll?
The second level one,
Yeah, but there's piercing and then there's cold.
the cold.
Oh Jesus, it was 3d6. Oh. Okay.
I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
It's okay. At least I still have Shield of Faith.
So sorry.
You're fine.
All right. Good effort. All right. So now, your turn. All right.
Where's Scout? We need him.
Scout, I want you to roll for perception to see if you can spot the orc horde. The orchard.
I think he said he was. Yeah, he's AFK.
Oh, he's AFK? Okay, we'll come back to him.
So the wyvern is on the ground, yes?
It's near enough to the ground to be considered on the ground. It's technically still flying.
Is it close enough that I could jump to it?
It's close enough that you could just stab it or jump to it or whatever you want.
Okay. I want to do... Wait, is it... Yeah, I'm going to do... With my bonus action, I will channel divinity, what's it called? Peerless Athlete. And I get advantage on strength and dexterity checks for the next 10 minutes. And then, can I, like, jump, like, Shadow of the Colossus style onto the back of the wyvern and try and stab it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I want to do that.
Pretty badass at this game.
What
He's
should
got
I...
experience.
What should I roll?
Well, first it's acrobatics in order to jump up on the wyvern.
And I do that with... How do I do it with advantage?
Down at the bottom of the chat,
Right.
you'll see ADV and DIS. Also, if you
22?
hold Shift, it's always advantage, and Alt is always disadvantage.
Oh, okay. So I got a 22 to
Yes.
jump on the wyvern.
You manage to jump and grab on to like the base of the wyvern's tail. You're kind of low down on its back. You have to roll athletics now in order to climb up the wyvern's back.
Okay, I'm not as good at that. Oh, that was just one. I need... Oh, okay, that's a 10. That's not as good.
Yeah, so hanging on, you manage to stay on the wyvern, but you can't climb up its back.
And I'll just take a stab at it from, like, the lower back, I guess. Can I
Sure.
do that?
Absolutely.
Um,
Stab it right in its coccyx.
right. Targeted shift? No. I did that wrong. No. How do I target it again? Is it...
You're already targeting it.
Oh, okay. Actions, and then I do 25 to hit.
And you can see it says hit. So
Yeah.
you strike the wyvern with your rapier, dealing 9 points of damage as you stab into it.
Yeah, and then with that, I will end my turn hanging off of the back of this wyvern. I actually have to. My bad. Gotta click the button. There we go.
I always forget. Is it possible for me to heal Ryan, even though he's in action?
Not with cure wounds, because you would have to touch him, so you'd have to get up on the wyvern yourself if you.
That's not how it works, so okay. So
Just save your spell slots and just shoot it.
Shoot it.
He's doing okay, don't worry.
Yeah.
okay. So I think the only thing I have is a longbow.
Yeah.
So and I don't think cat claws. Just shoot it with my longbow. So I'm still targeting, right?
Yes.
Just,
Oh my God! If that would have rolled on the 1, you could have possibly hit Ryan.
Collateral damage. Ryan's lucky on his own, but we just try to hit him. It's okay, you hit him. Okay.
The wyvern is heavily damaged as your arrows continue to pierce into him.
Right. Pesci's gonna use his short bow once Lucy's done her turn. Easy enough.
Well, you are in melee combat with him, so you would be using your short bow at disadvantage.
Or doing a dagger or something like that. I guess I gotta throw the dagger.
Any ranged attack well within his range is at disadvantage.
So is a dagger a disadvantage?
And not if you use it as a melee weapon.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do then. Easier. Of course, if I roll a 2, that doesn't help.
You stab at the wyvern, but you find it hard to, sink your dagger in with its lashing tail and claws and its neck snapping to and fro.
Can I move away from it at this point, or would that create a attack of this? Would that create an attack by the wyvern?
It would create an attack.
Okay. I'm going to end my turn. Bit Slayer.
Ali, what's up?
I try to strike the wyvern, but I'm unsuccessful.
So, can Zarash, is there any like flanking advantage if Zarash moves too close to where Ryan is?
If you go directly under where Ryan is, you would have flanking advantage.
I'd have to go there.
Nope, one more square down.
Almost right down like
Nope, one square to the right.
there. Right there.
There you go. Because you got to be directly opposite of Pesci.
I gotcha. Okay, so now I've got a flanking advantage now, and I'm going to use my longsword, right? Because he's at my level.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
don't forget your brute stuff.
What about my brute stuff? What can I do?
If you hit, you'll deal some more damage.
Right, so I'm just rolling at this point, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I have to roll with advantage though, right?
Yes.
Right.
Then 19.
I was gonna say I was expecting that. I didn't get it.
Sorry, I was looking at something else.
Okay, perfectly loud.
My
Right,
bad.
And there. Okay.
And don't forget about the brute stuff.
What about the brute stuff? What do I do with that?
That was already included.
Oh, good.
Okay. So I have now done more damage to the thing I'm about to do. Okay. Awesome. Gorkul, you're up.
So Gorakul, wanting to help out, uses his starry form to turn into the archer. With the archer,
You turn into Archer. You are now a cartoon spy.
I imagine it's more or less like this sort of like Sagittarius sort of like form.
Oh, for sure.
And-
You look like a glowing constellation to anyone who looks at you, although it's really just an image created from the lights surrounding your body. Your physical form hasn't really changed per se, but the lights make anybody who looks at you seem as though they're looking at a constellation of an archer.
Uh-huh.
Pull those lights guide me home. That ignite my bones.
Ah.
Because I need hit points.
And sort of like aiming my celestial like bow, I strike the wyvern.
Yes, sir. It looks like a comet streaking through the air, and when it hits him, there's a small explosion of tiny stars that fall to the ground.
Fantastic.
I'll show you fantastic. I just land and I bite and Stinger at I don't know, kind of mad at all of you.
Me, hit me.
Let's see.
1d3?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do that. We'll go clockwise, starting with Pesci.
3.
Oh, come on.
Yay!
That's just not fair.
Hit me, Zarish. That's my job. I'm the tank. I want to be hit. You missed me anyway.
And I just realized I have a 10-foot reach with my Stinger, so I can actually hit everybody but Bitey Slayer. Let's see. Who? Lucy.
Weakest among us.
Yeah, but she also has been the one lighting me up with that longbow of hers.
No. Don't worry.
No, 19 to save yourself from this. I'm going to roll the damage so that you can see.
Oh, that would have hurt.
Holy hell!
Yep, that would have hurt. So, you managed to avoid the poisonous effects of the Stinger for the most part, but you still take 11 damage. I forgot you still take half damage. And with that, you drop to the ground, unconscious but stable.
Guess I'm not helping anybody much.
Liddy?
Don't roll one. You deserve a 20. 15.
Hey, it adds up to 20. Yep, so you hit him. And frost kind of forms on some of his wingtips, but it doesn't seem to be too bad.
Ah, well.
Scout, are you indeed back? Hello? Scout?
He's out
No.
scouting around.
Okay. I saw that he had connected again to the server here, so I wanted to see if he was back.
All right. I guess Ryan's gonna try and climb up closer to the head, which would be doing athletics.
Yep,
or...
athletics. Yep. Now that you're on him, it's all upper body strength to like pull yourself up. You can't just
Shadow
like
of the
cartwheel up.
Colossus! Shadow of the Colossus!
Ooh.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you managed to scale up him easily after you put your rapier in your mouth and climb up like the Princess Bride.
Yeah, and then with that, I guess I'm gonna go for like a plunging attack right into his head, which would be.
And I'm also going to give you a point of inspiration for this.
Oh, sweet. Hit. I'm gonna screw it. I'm gonna do another smite. because
Yeah, you are.
I feel like it.
That's right, you do.
19 damage.
Oh man, the wyvern squeals and screeches in pain as the rapier, you go to plunge it into its head, but you realize that the skull is too thick for your thin blade, so instead you stab it right in its dang eye.
Nice. And with that, I'll end my turn.
Yay. Lucy.
Will you be the one to do the final deed?
Lucy's unconscious, sorry.
Oh, Lucy's unconscious.
I was gonna say, I don't think I get.
Okay, Pesci. Dagger again. Melee mode.
Oh, I'm so sorry, I did my math wrong. It's Lucy's turn, you have 3 hit points left. I'm so sorry.
So I'm okay.
You're okay. Go
I'm
back.
unconscious.
Shoot again.
Okay, well, I have one thing to do.
Best thing to do. Throw more arrows into
I
this
haven't
thing.
been that effective.
You will have to shoot at disadvantage though, because my tail is still like all up in your business.
Okay.
So I'm still trying to sting you like a scorpion.
No, I would just.
Well,
just
then it would have opportunity.
right. So you just gotta
So I do it.
hit a little diss at the bottom, and then
I still have the wyvern targeted, correct?
yes.
Oh no! Roll it again. Ah, you hit either way. There you go.
Can't roll damage.
Oh.
As your arrow flies into the wyvern's neck, it begins to gurgle on its blood,
Oh.
coughing it up all over Pesci and Elodie and Zerash as its head, long neck, flies around in every direction, spewing blood this way and that, and it collapses to the ground in a heap of scales and leathery wings, and its tail. Oh, 1 second. And its tail twitches one final time as its stinger raises up before flopping limp to the ground. All right, what?
Can I do like a backflip off of it as it's like lashing around?
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead and roll acrobatics.
I'm definitely gonna need a bath after this one.
Gorakul just sort of is Gorakul caught in the splash zone?
No, not so much. Maybe a little bit.
It's gonna be a 19.
19 as you jump off of the lizard reptile. It's not really either. It's a dragon. As you leap off of the draconic creature, you land with a flip and a twist, and put your rapier back in its sheath with a flourish, looking every bit the part of Inigo Montoya or the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Yeah. And Gorakul, sort of noticing a splash of blood, decides to use it to inscribe a new constellation, one representing the wyvern.
Happy big fluffy bugbear.
Who is also drenched in blood.
Blood, but I'm good with that. So, is there anything to find? Can we use the poison in some way?
Well, you can definitely check out the wyvern and roll for investigation to see.
And maybe we can try and cultivate its sort of skin, like, leatherwork and such.
So as Pesci is examining the giant flying beast, you can tell that it's got a large poison sac just below the stinger that if you were to remove that, you could definitely harvest some of the deadly wyvern poison. Aside from that, it has, large fangs and claws that, well, not particularly valuable or useful for anything. They are rather impressive, not unlike, a T-Rex tooth or something like that. The scales and all of that are smaller and lighter than a dragon's. However, do any of you have any background in leatherworking or tanning, anything like that? Because
I
although
I believe Lucy does.
Lucy is experienced in hunting, so getting at the meat is different from harvesting the leather in a way that would allow it to be usable.
Does anyone else have any leather working?
No, but can we cut the thing up so we have more food? Can we use this for dinner so we didn't have to go hunting? We could just cut them up and eat them.
That might be a bit dangerous because it is a poisonous creature.
Right, but now Pesci Pesci will remove the sack of poison. Is it safe to eat once that happens, DM?
You wouldn't really know. You've never eaten wyvern or really known anyone who has. However, before you guys can say that the poison sac is removed, somebody is going to have to perform effectively surgery on the wyvern in order to get it out safely. So, who would like to roll that medicine check?
I would.
Are you good at that?
Yep. I can see.
Okay.
Gorakul carefully removes the large sack of poison and manages to not, rupture it and put himself at risk. And so now you have a wyvern's poison sac.
And Gorakul, after sort of like carefully removing it, sort of looks to the others and says, "Does anyone have any water I can use to wash my hands?"
Sure, I've got some, I think.
And I sort of use the water to wash off the poison and blood off my hands.
Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that does use up the rest of Zarash's water skin, but your hands are clean and poison free, so that is good.
Yeah, and I make sure to carefully beforehand, carefully store away the poisonous sac of the wyvern. Also, Scout is back.
We'll get to him in just a second.
Good.
Well, Ryan, your bravery and luck have helped us tremendously.
Healed him yet?
Someone should
Thank
heal
you.
him.
Yeah,
Someone should heal
Gorakul
Lucy.
shall be healing Lucy.
And I'll just lay on hands myself to, I guess.
Okay, so hold on. When you're lay on handsing yourself, first of all, it's polite to lock the door, but also you target yourself. So click on your token, and then control click. Yep, and then on yourself again. Oh no, you're still targeting the wyvern. Hold on. There you go. And then just control click on yourself. Here, I'm gonna move you further away. There you go. There. I fixed it for you. All right. Now, when you do your lay on hands, okay, so you'll see that.
Oh yeah, I see.
And so, however many points you want to spend, yeah.
I'll just do 10 because that means okay.
And Gorakul uses his cure wounds to heal Lucy.
I just used another spell for Lucy as well. What is the Song of Rest I have, DM?
That's when you take a short rest. Everyone can add a number to the hit die that they restore.
That's a way better answer than what I was gonna give. I was gonna be like, I don't know, like some easy listening or something.
I play a bard in one of my other campaigns.
Yeah, no, I knew what it did. He asked what the song was, so I don't know.
Oh, I get it.
Something easy listening,
Yeah.
Maybe some Gordon Lightfoot or something. I don't know.
That's depressing, though.
Smartass.
Edmund Fitzgerald. That's what we need.
Yeah. And so now you guys see the wyvern's body, and Zarash is like, we could eat that. Does anybody have anything to say to that?
Gorakul they're looking at the body and says, I don't think it's wise to eat something that was poisonous.
Okay, well then we'll give it a pass. We'll just get to the town and buy some more food.
Very well.
Okay. So you guys agree to that, and decide that your best course of action is to continue heading towards the town.
With a poison sack of a wyvern stored.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So I guess Gorakul should explain to Ryan what our goals are here in this fine expedition. Why are we on our way to the city?
Well, we're trying to get some materials and food to help us recover a fallen star.
Interesting. What sort of thing is this star?
Well, it seems to be some sort of geodic meteorite that seems to spawn some sort of strange magic. I even have a crystal with me as I sort of show the crystal.
Quite interesting. Do you need any other help?
Well, we do need a lot of people to help lift it up if we ever.
I think the main thing we need right now is your luck, because you clearly have a lot of luck. We're going to need a lot of luck to recover this geode, because it seems to raise people from the dead and turn them into horrendous creatures that could probably destroy us all.
Oh my. Well, in that case, I do believe this may be where destiny is calling me. I will. If it's all right with you, I'd be happy to help.
More than all right.
Glad you-
Now that Elodie owes you one, having almost killed you.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry about it. I've taken much worse.
All right, on our way to the city.
Okay.
Off we go.
So as you guys head off towards the city, you are wondering what has become of your erstwhile companion Scout. And that is exactly what we are going to jump to and find out. So, Scout, as you are off.
Yeah, it's got to come back because he was in and he was out. Oh, he's back and he was out again. Hold on. He's now AFK again.
Oh, he's AFK again? Oh my god. Okay. I keep trying to like get to him, but he's gone. So anyway, you guys are continuing, towards the town. It's gonna be an entire another day's trip, but
Hold on. He's typing. He's typing. Hold on.
Hold on.
Message from on high.
hold.
Oh,
Hold the door.
Okay. Hold the door. Hold the door. All right. Focus on you guys. DM and I side quest later. Okay, cool. Good. Get ahead.
Oh, okay.
Do we need to rest?
Yeah, let's get to the town.
Okay.
Yeah, if that's what he wishes, then I shall respect his wishes. I don't like to leave anybody out for a whole session like that, but yeah, it's all good. All right, so as you guys are continuing to walk, Gorakul, you are very concerned about the status of the meteorite, and as you fidget with the shard of meteorite that you have left, you can feel a warm, almost electric energy coming off of it.
What does that mean? Cool. What does that mean?
well, Gorakul doesn't really tell anyone about this, and so he just sort of sees that it sort of like shocks him and decides to examine it.
As you pull it out, it is once again glowing like it was inside the cavern.
What does this mean? I'm going to try and figure out what exactly this means. Like investigation.
All right, go ahead and roll investigation. You're lost. The crystal is just kind of humming with energy and glowing.
And so, looking towards Elodie, I sort of say, Elodie, could you possibly come here for a second? The crystal is glowing again. And that would mean you would have a chance to investigate it. Gorakul sort of
Looks at Pesci and says,
and decides that this is worth everyone taking a look at.
okay. Open it up to everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody can investigate it.
Not a
Yay.
very good indicator.
Well,
Uh,
Pesci with the 12.
I got a 14.
Zarish with the investigation. Let's see. Oh, we suck. Zarish is not particularly intelligent, bugger. But he seems to know more than everybody else.
Well, not really, because the deciding factor here on how much you can learn, is also based off of your overall knowledge of the subject matter. So, just as a way of example, if you were rolling for solving an algebraic equation, you know, you can all try, but just because somebody rolls really high, if they have no background in it whatsoever, they might be able to get a part of it, maybe, but certainly without the knowledge of the correct formula to apply, they're not going to get the right answer. So
Gotcha.
so for all of you, it looks like a crystal, like any piece of a geode, one of those long, thin pylon looking crystals. It looks like that. It's colored a lightish blue, and it glows with like an LED like light from inside. If you touch it, you can feel the hum of like an electric power, but it's like one of those plasma globes to where, when you put your hand on it, you can feel the warmth and all of that, but it's not shocking you or anything.
Is it getting warmer and brighter as we move, or is it just simply staying at the same level of?
Yeah, it just seems to be like turned on right now
Okay. Hmm.
in a non-bardic way.
I understand. Okay, so we just keep walking then, unless there's a reason to stop.
Not-
Oracle.
Yeah, I mean, that's for you guys to decide. So yeah, Gorakul, as you guys are examining this, Zarash wants to know, do we just keep walking? What do you want to do?
Lack of knowledge means that we can't really be certain, so I guess we'll just keep moving. So this is going to be on my mind for the walk.
Okay. All right. So we keep moving towards the city.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you guys continue towards the city, all of a sudden, you can see the farms and outlying residences of the more populated actual townships. These are like, the unincorporated, rural areas outside of the villages. And as you come across these homesteads, you can see peasants working in the fields, and some of them have spotted you guys and run to go alert whatever guard they have. This isn't a town, so they don't exactly have a town guard, but within the time it takes you to get a little bit closer, you see that 3 or 4 large burly Viking farmers have grabbed their pitchforks and farming implements in order to put up a defense. They don't know, who these strangers are, but there's a bugbear and a cat lady and a dragon and a kobold, a dragonborn, but and a kobold. So yeah, there's a gnome and a elf and a halfling, but there's more quote unquote monsters than there are humanoids in the party, and so the people have taken a defensive position as you approach.
Like a big fluffy bugbear.
Look, everyone, let me handle this for a sec. Just I'll go up and talk to them. I tend to do well in situations like this. Is that okay?
Got it.
Go for it, man.
Okay. Can I go up and have a little chat?
Yeah, absolutely. And in fact,
And Gorakul is going to help.
you well, Ryan had asked everybody to stay back. Do you go forward with him regardless?
I'll stay back then.
I'm just making sure that you understood that he had said, everybody wait for me to go and talk to them, and I'll wave you up when it's safe, so if you wanted to not go along with that, that's fine. That's your character's choice. I just wanted to make sure that you had understood.
Yes. I
Uh,
understand.
so Ryan, as it turns out, in your mission, you had stopped through this area, and your local folk hero status kicks in, and one of the peasants recognizes you, and they're like, it's the paladin Underhill. He's returned. And what did you do for these people? What good deed did you perform on your way through here? It doesn't have to be one thing in particular. You can feel free to be as creative as you want to be, and I feel comfortable that you're comfortable doing this. But if not, just let me know that you'd rather I just pick something, and I'll happily say, oh,
Okay.
you did this.
I've kind of been thinking it's something like, almost like, do you know the Witcher games?
I do not know them enough to be able to know specific
It's not like a
things that
specific
happen,
thing.
but I know the general idea. I'm familiar with the concept and the characters, etc. So.
Yeah, it's sort of like that, where he just kind of goes around killing monsters, just helping people out, though he doesn't ask for money, just food and lodging. So
you're
it's not.
You're not singing a song about how they have to toss coins at you?
No. I mean, if people offer to tip, he'll take it, but he doesn't ask exuberant prices. It's more out of the goodness of his own heart.
Yeah, absolutely. So it sounds like these guys were probably dealing with, some kind of owl bear or dire rat infestation, or something along those lines. Is there a beast in particular that you want to have slain, or just
Owlbear works.
all right? So they had a particularly old and desperate owl bear who was no longer able to hunt for food she once had. So she began raiding the farm for anything she could get her beak and claws on, whether that be their prized pumpkins to carry away and snack on, or some sheep and chickens that she could just gobble up in the middle of the night. But either way, the villagers were ready to risk their own life and limb to try and attack her, when you stepped in and managed to not only save their small farming community from the owl bear, but did so without even having to kill this old half-blind owl bear, by simply leading her farther away from the farm to a nice area. In fact, that's probably what you were doing down in the hills, was finishing leading this old owl bear away to a new area where it could live and thrive. A small stream would provide it with plenty of water, and possibly some easy pickings down by the water, as well as lots of berry bushes and small animals that don't move too fast, like porcupines, which of course, most things don't want to mess with a porcupine, but an owl bear doesn't care too much. And aardvarks, and just other things that don't move too fast, to where the owl bear will have a easy time of living out the last of its days without worrying about harassing the human settlements.
Yeah, perfect.
And so yeah, they're very welcoming of you. They're like, "Oh my God, Paladin Underhill! Like we're so happy to see you again."
Worry not, everyone. These folks are my friends. They're quite hospitable. I know bugbears and there's stigma around that, but trust me, they're all very nice people.
Oh, have you known them long?
Not very long, but I trust them.
Well, go ahead and roll for persuasion.
Persuasion.
Oh, stop it. So,
I was ready to use inspiration for that.
Yeah. So
Wow, that's like 4 20s and 6 rolls, man.
I know. You are incredibly persuasive and manage to convince them that you are an excellent judge of character, and besides you've got paladin vision. So if they were anything to worry about, your paladin vision would have kicked in and made it to where you didn't trust them. So they take your word for it, and you signaled them to come down. The small community does not have much. Like, they certainly don't have a whole lot of lodging, food, etc. And what they do have has been recently ravaged by a aged owl bear. So they've lost some sheep, some chickens, a bunch of their crops. So they're really not in a position to offer you the kind of hospitality that maybe on a different day they would be able to offer you. But they still, let it be known that you're welcome to sleep in the large hay storage barn, as well as have some of their world famous pumpkin stew. And by world famous, I mean nobody outside of this small farming community has ever heard of it.
Well, we'll take it.
Lovely.
Yeah, so you guys kind of rest here on the farm, and Scout, if you're back at all, I'd love to do a little something with you before we wrap up the session, and kind of set ourselves up for a side quest that if you have some time, maybe we could do at some point. If you're not back and not ready, that's fine. But I'm willing to do
I
that,
think
and
it calmed down here.
yeah. I'm
I think it
pretty
calmed
sure
down
we're
here.
at
I think we could-
a good point.
Yeah, I think we could pull that off.
All right. So, Scout, the first thing. By the way, if anybody wants to get going, of course, feel free. Otherwise, we'll be wrapping up at the usual time. So, thanks for playing, anybody who does get going. Otherwise, I'll do my usual wrap up in just a little bit. So, Scout, the first thing I need from you is a roll for perception in order to see what you can see and tell. Yeah, so you right away catch the sound of the horde on the move. They've apparently marched through the night and have made good ground. You have walked almost back to where the meteor was. They have moved the meteor. You can see that it has been dragged, but the horde has also continued to advance towards Brotbiad.
Oh, it's a good thing that we're not headed that way. Let's
So
see.
they took the meteorite.
Yes, some of them have dragged the meteorite off back towards Kuzrak, but a good portion of the horde has continued onward to Brotbiad.
All right, so they're dragging the meteorite, which means it's leaving a gouge in the earth.
Yes.
That's a good sign, at least for now. All right, with that being said, I'm going to keep that mental note and exfil back towards where the party, where I know the party last was.
Okay. So you head back to the hills where the party last was. By the time you make it back, it's like later in the afternoon already, and they are long gone. Roll for survival to see if you can tell which way they went.
Nope.
Oh man. So
So
you. Oh, go ahead.
So
we talked about
he's
both towns.
he's gonna take a knee. He's gonna open up one of the compartments in his body. He's gonna pull out a map or parchment actually, and start mapping out the site that the crater was at, the direction to the mountain, which is going to take him at least an hour to do probably. And then he's going to head in the direction of the town that he last remembered we're headed towards.
Yeah. And as you're, doing all of that, you catch the sound and sight of several buzzing insects, and it draws your attention over to the hill where you find the corpse of the wyvern still bloodied and lying where they left it. You can tell that there was an intense battle.
He mumbles about how Zarash started a party without him. And then he starts heading off in the direction of the town.
Yeah. So as you're walking towards the town, you're able to make pretty good time. You're a warforged, so you don't suffer from a lot of the same hindrances as like things that need to eat and drink and all of that. You do still suffer from exhaustion eventually, but it's really more of a wearing down of your battery, quote unquote, that you recharge when you enter your rest than it is any kind of
It's an
action.
arcane engine.
It's more like a psionic crystal that powers them, but yeah, it still needs to recharge itself.
Exactly. You still need your downtime. So as you're walking, you make really good time, but suddenly you have a flash of like what is going to happen to Brotbiod when the horde arrives.
Oh, he's quite aware of what's going to happen. It's going to be demolished.
Okay. So I just wanted to make sure that you had considered that and that your character was making the conscious choice to, be like, well, man, location. So
I mean, it is a, this whole province is very well known to being raided, hence the smaller towns.
yes.
So that is part of the course, per se.
And like I said, you are a warforged, so for you to feel a little detached from all of that is perfectly natural. So yeah, it is fine. I just wanted to make sure that it was a conscious character choice and not just that the player was forgetting that the horde was headed towards a town.
Oh
Um,
yeah, it's
so
going to be railroaded. I just slightly feel bad for Gorakul's stuff.
yeah. So as you continue walking, um, you know that if you push yourself, you might be able to catch up with them, or you can rest and hopefully get there around the same time that they get there, assuming that they're not attacked by any more dragons or dragonkin.
Uh, he's not going to push. He wants to reunite with them, but he's not going to push. So he will find a place, a stopping point per se. Use the terrain to hide his warforged body and nap
Oh
or
my
take
god.
a long rest.
Come on.
I
It's always good to nap. It's always good to nap.
Yeah, I was gonna have something like stumble across you here and then like we could do a little side quest thing, but you're making it really hard. So you are in fact
believe that is my. I believe that's my job as a player is to make it hard on the DM.
yeah. I thought that was my job as DM was to make it hard on the players. So as you hide very well and make sure that nothing can stumble across you, you get your rest in, and after 6 hours, you are fully recharged and ready to go again.
Yep, and
Eventually,
he
oh,
exited back out.
yep. Eventually, as you're walking, you can see uh, something in the distance. It's a group of people.
I will, not hiding, will approach that group.
As you approach the group, suddenly you realize that this is very much not your group of people.
Those figures.
They turn around.
Way to play it, DM.
They turn around and you can see that these are neighboring Vikings that are traveling to Kettleheimer. What was it again? It's something Cotterheimer. But these Vikings are wearing shields on their backs and outfits that mark them as being from a province far to the south and west, right along the border.
He'll take his chance. Greetings, travelers, in common, because that's all he speaks.
Yeah, and they speak common. It's a pretty thick, Nordic accent, so they are a little hard to understand, kind of like speaking with a Scotsman. Well, I am speaking English. It's like, what? No, you're not. That's not English. Speak English. Like from England. And
He makes sure that he doesn't. As long as they aren't drawing weapons, he's not got any of his out.
yeah,
And he's just. I'm just passing through, heading towards Cotterheim. Wish no confrontation with you all.
And you know, they show you their open hands as well. And after some discussion, you know, say, well, we were about to. Oh, now I'm doing Scottish. Why? If it's not Scottish, it's crap. But so man, like I said, I'm so bad at Norse. I'm not even gonna try. I'm just gonna let you guys use your imagination. I never claimed to be Scott McFarland. So they say in a very Viking accent that they were about to eat lunch anyway, and so you know you're welcome to join them, and they'll set off, and there's safety in numbers even for a machine man such as yourself.
Even for a machine man such as yourself.
He takes a knee with them. He doesn't need to partake, but he joins them and will join them in, of course, telling tales of different battles that they've all been in.
Yeah.
And you know, is it tries to be as helpful as he can when they clean up, and travels with them the rest of the distance to Cotterheim.
Yeah, absolutely. And so as you guys are traveling, suddenly your Viking companions put up their hands and they all draw their axes and get their shields ready, and you know, look like they're about to attack.
Well, sounds like a plan. He pulls out his rapier and his dagger.
Yeah, and then you spot it.
And starts to assess.
Yeah, and then you spot it. They are pointing to two very large, powerful owl bears blocking the path forward. And that is where we draw to a close. The claws of the owl bears. We draw to a close for this session. I want to thank you guys for playing. I want to thank anyone who's watching. And as always, everyone, good gaming.
Gaming.